Okay, there. I wasn't plugged in.
Hello.
Hello.
Congrats on your trip.
I was so crazy.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it was amazing.
It was very, very hard. Let's say it was very, very hard. But interestingly, it wasn't as physically hard as you would have thought it would be. But at the same time, it's hard to explain. You know? I did get blisters.
Oh, for sure.
Even though I was wearing gloves. And I was definitely tired. At 1 a.m, I was hallucinating. But I just kept going.
So and you had a friend to help you through, and you probably helped her through. And
right? Take a friend. Did you listen to the podcast?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I will go back and listen to
it. Last week, Wednesday, it was called On Being a Badass.
Okay.
So, yes, I did the lessons that I learned from paddling 110 kilometers. And it was good. I mean, I don't know that I would do it again, but it was a good experience.
Yeah, we did a couple of marathons, and same way. Don't know if I'd do it again. 13 miles is fine, but 26 was been there, done that.
Right? Yeah, I did the Chicago Marathon probably 20 years ago. Something else that I always have to remember is I'm just sharing out into Facebook is because I did a 200K bike ride like 15, 16 years ago. And I ran a couple marathons over 20 years ago. I'm like, I'm older than I was then. But that doesn't mean I can't do it. Right? That just means something different. What other? Okay, one more group. I'm trying to remember who I have to share all this out to make sure we get. There we go. There, this one. I need a virtual assistant. That's what I need. So yes.
There's so much shortage of people. It's hard to
I know.
Virtual assistant.
I know. You know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
We just keep doing what we keep doing.
Yeah, we can manage.
It's officially autumn.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Very, it's very almost.
All of a sudden, it was
I won't say the word.
It was like the next day, it was warm, and then as soon as the first day of fall came, the next day, it was cold. I was like, whoa. How did that happen? So,
we did the kayaking before the.
Yes, the kayaking. The kayaking was actually good because it was cloudy. If it had been sunny, it would have been too hot, and so it was cloudy. Although at night it was really, really dark. It's hard to navigate on the water. In the dark, there's no street lights, there's no signs. So
it's pitch black, right?
It's pitch black. It's pitch black. There's lights on the shore, but the problem with the lights on the shore is good morning, Colin. When I was staring at the lights on the shore to try and just keep my focus, I started to hallucinate that I was sliding sideways. So I was getting a bit of vertigo. Now it was 1 a.m. and I had puked my guts out at midnight. So,
well, it's maybe it's kind of the eyes, like we are.
Well, like and when I had my stroke,
like you're not the dizziness, but because your eyes are not seeing the same thing.
And because of my stroke, I think my eyes don't track totally the way they used to back in the day, like a year ago.
Can happen.
But Today, yes, it's fall. It's also National Good Neighbor Day.
Oh, that's good.
So
National
today, well, every day, really, you should go out and do something nice for someone in some way. It's also Strawberry Cream Pie Day.
I'll take anything strawberry.
Strawberries. I know strawberry season is kind of
Just
over.
to try it. Maybe not all.
You know, you can get coconut cream now if you're have
Yeah,
problems with dairy.
I like
It's also National
honey.
Drink Beer Day. But
Beer?
beer and strawberry cream pie.
Doesn't
No.
No.
I'll
No.
pass on the beer.
No,
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
pass on the beer too. I'm allergic to malted barley. So,
There you go.
and yes, Diane, plug your ears. The two Dianes. 84 days, 7 hours, 43 minutes, and 40 seconds till winter.
We already had snow in our forecast.
What?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
well,
like,
you're very high up.
Oh.
You're in the mountains.
Up in the mountains,
so
they're already gonna
like,
get snow.
We don't need that yet.
Now, I will let you know there's 173 days, 8 hours, and 20 minutes until spring.
Well,
That's a
not
good
long.
thing. That I'll take, yeah.
Right?
Bigger number, but take spring as a word. Today.
Yes, I know, Colin, that's what I thought of too. The commercial. We're not going to do the commercial, but there's the Good Neighbor, you know, that insurance company commercial. They will go unnamed. And no, Colin thinks beer and pie don't go together either. Now, if it's beer and tortilla,
Yeah, that
They-
would go.
you
yeah.
need a more of
Yeah.
savory pie, right, than a sweet pie with beer.
Right. Say
I
that.
love tortilla. Oh my God.
What
love
is it? I
Meat,
don't know.
Oh, it's
yeah,
meat pie.
well, meat pie, usually ground meat, pork, or
lamb is good.
beef, or anything. Really.
Potatoes,
With
sometimes
some little bit
potatoes.
of spice and mostly, but not much. And it's like a pie.
It's delicious.
One on top, one on the bottom. And people put ketchup on it.
No, no ketchup. I just like plain meat pie.
Yeah.
Yes. So Diane in the Rockies, at some point you got to find yourself a good tortilla.
And it's a French word, yeah.
Yes.
It's based on, well, actually, it's probably based on the tourte, who was a bird, and it was probably mostly because the tourte, it was extinct at what point there were no more.
Oh,
But they probably started with those kind of bird and put it in between two like
Pastries.
a pie thing. And
shells.
yeah, two shells. That's what I was searching.
Could
So
you write the word in chat if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
and then what do you want to do today?
Oh, I want some moon.
Moon. Wow. That's unexpected.
Dragon.
That's not unexpected. Where's the Steve man? Colin, what are you saying? What would you like today? I know he's typing furiously. He's trying to think up something to see if I can remember how to do it.
Right. Oh,
Box both ears, kick with heel. Oh my gosh, Colin.
ooh, ooh.
Does it come right after? Maybe it does. Hey, yeah. Let's do it. None of those little toe kicks, none of those little ballerina kicks. You got to kick with your heel. That's it.
Wow, we need.
Don't laugh if I fall down during the kick.
I almost fell down yesterday when I was teaching the full length class because I was doing something and I looked the other way, and but that's okay. You know,
I talked about took. That's the kind of bird. We'll do either an eagle or a pigeon.
Okay.
Pigeon would be nice.
Pigeon would be nice. Yes. So we got to get some birds in there now that we talked about extinct birds.
Yeah.
Pigeons are definitely not extinct. Definitely not. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes. Ready to go.
Let's do it. The kick come first, then the box of ears. Thanks, Colin. This is good to know. Of course, we're the bosses of us. We can do it however we want, right? I'm going to mute you guys over here. Sometimes I just need a little primer to remember what order things go in. Some music, maestro. Yes, that looks good. There we go. Yes. So find your spot. Spread out your toes. You can even sit if you want. You can still kick and box ears while you're sitting, right? But you must breathe. So breathe in and stretch out to your fingers. Give your fingers a wiggle. And then let it float down. So just in case it is first thing in the morning, just make sure you're awake. Breathe in, the arms float up. Take a big breath. That's rule number 1. And sink. Rule number 2, just don't cause yourself any pain. So the hands float up, palms up. Gather in some chi. Give it a big hug like a good neighbor. And sink down. Yesterday was chocolate milk day. So it was all about chocolate. Breathe in. Scoop it up, gather in, and sink it on down. Let it go. Let's do one more. Sinking the chi. Breathe in. Feel like the breath just makes your arms float. And then the exhale lets everything relax. And then take your feet, if you're not there, out underneath you. And open the door. The hands drift up. And then soften. Right. So it's just like painting the wall. You just breathe in. Breathe out. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do all this. It'll be fun. We'll figure it out. Breathe in. One more time. And we'll figure it all out. Yes. Float up and hug the big old tree. Open wide. Bring this hand on top. Right in the front. Grab onto a giant ball of chi-ness. The moon. Breathe in. Open. Turn it over. Let your shoulders relax. Melt. Do one more of those. Breathe in. And as you bring the moon in, step on in. And then step out and toss us a little frisbee. So press that wild mane. Float it out. Breathe in. Drift back. Grab it up. And exhale. One more time. Breath in. Toss that frisbee. Let the bottom hand float up and meet his friend. Give us a regular old pull and a regular old push. So we have to get ourselves all ready, right? So while your weight's shifted gently forward, take your back foot back and out a little bit. Give yourself a big stretch. Yes, arms can be up or down. Keep your legs straight if you can, and just let yourself fold gently over that front leg into a pyramid. And then bend your front knee and just let yourself float up. Open up the elbows. Give yourself a little stretch. Good morning, sunshine. Stretch up. Lift up on your belly button. Fold forward. Be gentle. Knees can be soft, right? It's early. Bend that front knee. Draw the energy from your back foot. Up, up, up. Open. Soften through the shoulders. You can make it easy. You can make it hard. Breathe in. And fold. Relax. Bend that front knee. Float it up. Open the elbows. Stretch. Open your fingers too. Hands float up. Sparkle it on down. Scoot your back foot in. A regular pull. A regular push. Open, stretch across the center. Come on back over here. Sink. This hand will slide across and meet his friend. And then it's going to roll on back. Grab onto the moon. Toss me a frisbee out there. Drift. Shoulders soften as you float on back. A little toss. Maybe a little exhale. One more time like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. The bottom hand floats up and meets its friend. We get a little pull, a little bit of a push. Now, if you need some more space, that back foot can go back as much as you need, and make sure you're on those train tracks that you haven't ended up on a balance beam. Stretch yourself big and long and tall. Lift up on your belly button. Top of your head reaches forward as you fold gently. Bend that front knee, push into your back heel, draw it up. And open. See if you can keep your neck long. Reach up. Lift up, cast iron corset. Fold. A little swing. Ah. Bend that front knee. Push in your heel. Squeeze your glute. Float up. Open, open, open. One more. Breathe in. Off we go. Forward. Floating. Remember rule number 1. Remember rule number 2. Bend your knee. Ground yourself down. Be solid on the bottom and floaty on the top. Hands float up. Sparkle it on down. Scoot your foot in. A pull and a push. Stretch open to the center. Get your feet underneath you. Hug that big old tree. Sink down. Angel wings. Float up. Let your breath, just let the wings unfurl. Elbows halfway. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your neck loosen. Stretch up tall. Straighten your halo. And then sparkle down through the center. Open the door. Breathe in. And then float up. Hug that big tree. It's going to tip up into the air. Well, float up into the air. The moon drifts up, 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 up. Shoulders drop. Tipping over. So you just got to keep your heart shining forward. It doesn't matter how far you tip, as long as you can still breathe. Breathe in. Come on up. Shoulders slide down. This way. Tip, tip, tip. Feel like your ribs will open and expand and maybe create space for more breath. Yeah. Drift up. Now these toes, turn them out a little bit. Tip your moon over. Start to shift your weight gently into that foot. This arm can drop. This arm can reach up. Keep shining your heart forward, and if you want, you let your back leg drift up without causing tension somewhere else to a floating half moon. Yeah. And then you gently come on back. Toes return and the other ones turn out. Drop those shoulders. Start your slow tip, slow shift. Take your time. Maybe this bottom arm drops. Maybe the top arm reaches. This toe back here can touch, or you can float it up. So if you keep your abs working, it helps. If you look at something not moving, that helps. Come on back, drift. Scoop up that moon. Drop the shoulders, float down in the front, feet back, underneath you. Drift. Breathe in. Hug that big tree. Sink it down. Float up and open again. Open. This hand's going to drift under. You're going to grab a dance partner. It's a cloudy day, so grab onto a cloud and wave hands like clouds. Dance across the sky. Take a breath in the corner. Switch partners. Drift it across. Make a little hook here and step in. Step out with a single whip. High five. Now right away, come over the top. Come down. Come through into a snake. Drift. And then the hook is going to reach up. Here comes a dragon. Oh my God. Scoop it around under. Slide. Reach up. Scoop around behind. Drift. Yahoo! One more time. Reach. Scoop it under like you're trying to scratch way back there. Drop. This hand back here is going to float across again. You're going to find that cloud again. Go back dancing on the dance floor. Switch partners in the corner. Take a breath. That was like crazy, Tai Chi crazy right there. We're going to do it again. Make a little hook. Step in. Step out with your high five. Single whip. Take your time. And then come on back over the top. Down and through with a little snake. He's getting ready to hibernate. How low? Make sure your knees are still smiling. The hook reaches up. Scoops around. There's that darn dragon. Slide. Reach up. Feel your side body stretch. And then try to scoop it around behind. Yeah, one more time. Reach up. Scoop it under. Hug the big tree in the front. Melt it down. Scoot your feet in. Lift. Gather in. Lift and open. This hand is going to scoop under. We're going to spread our wings. So a little shift. This toe taps. And then you just open your wings. Keep your big long crane neck. This hand scoops under. Step in. Switch feet. Crane spreads wings. I switched it to a cormorant, but it's all good. Switch sides. Scoop it up. It's because I've been up on the bay. Land. Take a breath. Take a bow. Knee at the sea bottom. Stretch that big long leg. Grab a scoop of chi. Bring it up. A rooster first. That crazy rooster. Press into this leg. And this knee's going to float up. How high? I don't know. And then we'll jump right into our pigeon. Knee floats up. Flex your foot. Cross your ankle above your knee. Grab onto it if you need to. Grab onto something if you need to. Send your bum out the back. Yes. You can hold your leg if you want. So your bum is looking for your invisible chair. Maybe you can hold on to the invisible wall as you sit in your pigeon. Drift up. Knee floats up, a little karate kick. And lower down. This hand scoops. Doesn't matter how high you kick. Sometimes the most effective kicks are low. Take a breath. Take a bow. Stretch. Long spine, long leg. Reach your tail feathers back. Grab some chi. Drift it up. A rooster. So take all that energy into this leg. This knee is going to float up like magic. And down. And then the pigeon appears out of nowhere. So knee floats up. Flex your foot. Cross it above your knee. Hold on to your invisible wall. Sink. So you don't want any pain in your knee. So you do what you got to do to send your bum back. Feel that fabulous pigeon, this stuff happening right there. And relax through your shoulders, right? Sometimes an invisible wall is very effective. Let yourself float up. Knee points forward. Karate kick, kick. Hiya. Drift down. Hug the big tree. Melt. Angel wings. Breath in. Unfurl. Elbows. Melt down. Stretch up tall. Reach. Grab that halo. Sparkle that goodness down through the center. Open the door. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hug the big tree and open wide. This hand's going to scoop under. Step on in. Step on out. Toss me a frisbee. Drift. I'm just going to try and figure out how to get into this, Colin. We're working on it. Toss your frisbee. The bottom hand goes up. Give me a pull. Give me a push. Bring two loose fists to your waist. Shift your weight forward. Lift your knee. Give us a kick. Land gently. Arms open and under the camera. Box the ears. Float back. Maybe you drag your foot back. Let's try it again this way. Kick. I'm going to look this up, Colin. Box the ears. Step back. Give us a pull. And a push. That felt a bit clunky. I admit it. Open. This hand's going to grab on underneath. Step in and grab onto the moon. Toss us a Frisbee. Let's figure this out. Breathe in. I'll scooch backwards. Toss your Frisbee. Bottom hand meets its friend. Float up. Turn palms face up. Pull back. Shift your weight forward. Lift your knee. Kick with your heel. Land. Box the ears. And then float back. Step back. Lift the knee. Kick. Box the ears. Oh my God, Colin. Step back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open to the center. Hug the big tree. Sink it down. Oh, open the door. Breathe in. Breathe out. I was going to try something different. So here, lift, kick, come back, land, and box. Step back in. Feet side by each. Palms by the waist. Lift, kick, land gently, box the ears. And then step back. That works. Hug the big tree. Which variation do you like better? Open the door. Breathe in. Oh my God, I think we did it all. Breathe out. Reach on up. Gather in as much goodness as you can. Press it down. Buddha belly. Float up. Wrap your arms around. Scoop, scoop, scoop as much as you can up. Lift it up and give it a little heart kiss. Shoulders are going to drop. Over the top. Make sure you get all the goodness you can possibly gather up. Press it into a tight little package. Open your fingers wide. Make a little diamond shape with your hands. And then send your Care Bear stare out into the world. As I said earlier, bring a friend. The more Care Bears there were, the better they did. So send, 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 send. And then let it go. Excellent. Float up. Scoop up some goodness. Melt it down. Let everything go soft. Cross your wrists. Lift. Big circle. Let everything just float and release. Let's do that again. Cross. Drift up. Arms just float apart. Melt on down. Just shoulder high. Float up. Hands drift apart and a big old sigh. One foot steps in. A little bow for my friends. Dun, dun. Well, we did a version of it, right? Colin, how did I do? Was that all right? Hey, Paul. Oh my gosh.
I like the second one better.
You like the second one better?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
It's
was off balance the other one.
the stepping
Me
back.
too.
The stepping backwards is too awkward. I think you're supposed to keep stepping forward,
Yeah.
but then I'd be in the next room.
Calling is good.
Colin says it worked. You know, it did work. We'll figure it out. We'll keep figuring it out. I'll go watch an old
Thank
video.
you.
I'll go watch an old video. Oh my gosh. Old videos. That's the solution to everything.
Yeah, DDR for this week was saying it's almost 10 years since he started that on the Zoom thing.
Well, it's true because I was teaching when I first started. He was teaching 3 times a day, 5 days a week. And then I took over the Wednesday mornings because I was like, you can't teach that much. And that's when we had 3 flow shows. And then it just, everything kept changing from there. So it's been a long time.
I've been at it since 2014, so 8 years for me.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of flowing, my friends. That's a lot of flowing.
I love my clothes.
You know, you can get longer flows. Just saying. It's really cheap. It's really cheap. It's like all of the Tai Chi you want for $25 a month. so much cheese. So much cheese. You like, oh, Colin likes the second one better too. Yeah, I think the second one worked better too.
Been voted.
We'll keep working on it. We'll keep working on it. So it is Good Neighbor Day. So, especially if you live somewhere like, I don't know if you saw what happened in the East Coast of Canada. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Like so much destruction.
Florida's getting it today.
So when stuff like that happens, we come out and are good neighbors. But you don't have to wait for mass destruction, friends. You can help any old time, right? Help when help is needed, and help even before help is needed. How cool would that be? You know? And I'm talking, so my podcast, I sent out a request for new guests and had 120 people book into my calendar to be guests on my podcast. And I'm talking to all of them, and they're all super interesting. And I'm learning tons. And part of my podcast is to help all of you guys to learn something new and to help them. So I'm like, I'm helping lots of people in any way I can. And if you didn't listen to last week, I think it was last week, the lady from Israel who's the decluttering queen, you should listen to that one because there's a free giveaway. So go. All you have to do is comment on the podcast on how much you loved the idea of decluttering, and you get in the draw to win a whole free month of decluttering. Like, I know. So good. But until then,
Yeah.
happy autumn, my friends. Be a good
Yes.
neighbor if you can, if you have in whatever capacity you possibly can. Do something every day that makes you happy. Maybe being a good neighbor makes you happy. If they don't mind, you could give them a hug. It's good for your immune system. And of course, what we've been doing, we were practicing this way before the last 2+ almost 3 years. We just keep going with the flow. Luckily, we were practiced way in advance, right? My friends, have an amazing day, okay? Keep taking care of yourself.
Thank you.
Stay healthy, friends.
Yeah.
And I'll see you guys next week. Okay, cool.
Be there. Bye.
Take care, you guys.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
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 Facebook friends. Peace out, my friends. I'll see you guys next week. Have an amazing week.